guys can tell Patrick about?
That you can move the headrest.
That you can move the headrest out of the way, right? With this little button right here. Okay? That is like an amazing little discovery we had last week.
How did you just move it?
See this little button right here? You just push it in and it moves it for you. Okay, and then you guys are all learning in Professor Fengler's class the importance of being ergonomic, right? And so in order to do this one, you're going to want it to be visible, right, to you? Okay. I'm going to I'll use a little bit of your composite and I'll let you use ours afterwards.
No worries.
Sound good?
It's right over here, yep.
Okay. So, I'm sorry. No, you're fine. So I'm going to show you guys this really quick.
So we're using the blue one, not the yellow.
It doesn't matter.
Oh.
I'm just going to set this on here, but don't do this normally. It's just there's just so many of you guys here. So basically what we were telling you is this is the end that you want to twist. Hang on to this like that, because if you do this, this is going to twist too, and just hold on to that like that. You twist. The first time is going to take a little bit until it starts to come out just ever so slightly. Okay, and that's probably enough. And then see how I backed it up, so it can't put pressure there. And then you just squish it like that. Okay, and then boom, that's it. And then, do you have an amalgam well over there? Perfect. And then I just cover it up like that. Okay. Can you push that way, Patrick?
Yes.
Okay, I'll just set this right here. Again, this will be off of the patient. So I typically like to start out with, it doesn't matter really which instrument you use. Everybody has their favorites. I am a big fan of this. I'm a big fan of this. So my condenser, my plastic instrument, and my other condenser here. Okay. I like this little guy because when I do this, I can take a little piece off like that and it cuts it off really well. You cover up your composite like that. And then again, everybody starts in different spots, okay? So where I do is I will work on, take one little lobe and start working there. And see how I'm pushing it into the tooth? Can everybody see that? Then I'm just coming up like that. Okay. And then we can actually even do a little bit more here. We're going to end up using more composite, obviously, but. And I like, personally, to go all the way out to almost to the other side with the angle, okay? So when I'm making this lobe, I'm going all the way almost to the other cusp here, and it's kind of creating, it will definitely, because now it's going to be kind of steep, but now when I cure this and I have nothing here, right? I put in my next lobe over here, and then I put and I reach it all the way out to here. So basically, when you start it, you're reaching all the way over to almost the other side and making an angle out of it. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm gonna grab me the light here. So all of these light cures have timers on them, and you want it to be at the appropriate time. And again, you want it to be light cured in the right direction.
It's hard not to look.
I know.
But you know what? Look away. I worked for a dentist who didn't, and she had already had to have cataract surgery in her 30s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every second is a certain amount
Yep.
of eye damage.
Yeah, so look away.
And especially when you have loops and you're looking through your loops.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's even more.
Ooh, blue light.
You always look at it. Stop looking at it.
So, and again, I'm taking this cusp right here, and I'm creating kind of a lobe, and I'm just creating a cusp, right? If you imagine going back to your biological structures, go back to how these are formed. They're formed in little lobes. And all of these teeth actually have the little grooves and little fossas and and again, the more you have in your composite layout, the better it is. Because then the less you have to do with your handpiece. Most hygienists don't like to use their handpieces that much. Okay, let's go ahead and cure that.
Making it look so easy.
And then, do you want to get out more composite? About the same amount as we did before. Oh, I wasn't going to cure this one. That's all right. I'll find you another tooth. Oh.
Excuse me real quick, friend.
And Sarah, I had to cure, so it's just, I couldn't do it without doing it.
So would you normally try to do it all at once and then cure once?
No. No, because how many millimeters can you cure?
2.
Do you back it up?
Yeah, for their demo, they weren't gonna cure, because they were gonna sweep it out so that we could use that. Gotcha. But she's saying, oops.
And
So-
now she's got a nice example in her mouth.
Yeah,
So I wanted to try this.
that'd be good.
So if you notice, I'm using less. I'm gonna put this over here, just so I can save it for you guys. Normally, once it's been on the tooth, you don't want to save it.
So you only had to do it 3 times, pretty much?
Nope.
Oh, there's
Well,
another.
Yeah. So again, you're curing it in increments. And by doing it, reaching out as far as you can go, look what I'm creating. Since I'm create that central groove is starting to come. It's starting to show up. Right? Okay, let's go ahead and cure that.
I know. I know.
It's gonna be like a big bowl.
But this is why you guys do so many of these. It's because it will become second nature to you guys. And if you really do it in increments like this, it just makes so much sense. Working for old doctors have kind of like got me some really bad habits when I started hygiene school.
Yeah, because I feel like they just blob the whole thing in and
They do.
Yeah, press down. Oh, there you go. There's no anatomy.
Yep. I have like 2 of those like
Yeah,
that.
so do I.
Yeah. Can I get them redone here? If we have some that are just like bowls.
Well, yeah, you can be a second year's patient. You can be a gold mine.
2 of them right now. They're just like no anatomy, just bowls.
Just balls?
That's how like all of mine are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So see how I've created each cusp individually?
Mm-hmm.
And what am I doing now?
Marginal ridge.
I'm creating that triangular fossa right here, right?
The spillway? Or
The triangle fossa right in there.
So the spillway would be the one that's like lingual and buccal spillways, or those the spillways?
Yeah, those go off these.
Oh, okay.
Those you're dealing with marginal ridges.
Okay. Good, yeah.
So basically, what I have created now. Yep. Okay, go ahead and cure that. And then, go ahead.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
It's okay.
It won't hurt you.
Push the button.
Well, unless you look at it.
Button's right here.
I know. I
Drifter.
noticed that. Did you pay extra for that?
What's that?
The name on the side.
They just came that way.
That's nice.
Oh, yours didn't?
No, mine doesn't. Yeah.
Oh.
Don't even get me started.
Oh. Yeah.
Ooh, that one.
So if you can feel, you can use any instrument to feel. And as long as you're not sinking in and you're not stepping down, then you've got enough in there. You don't need to add any more. Okay? Now all you're doing is just shaping everything with the handpiece. Does that make sense?
So today we will just
You're just placing.
placing and trying to create those.
Trying to create this. So you're going to do this, and you're going to do this one, and you're going to do this one. So since I'm here,
So
Right, by sinking
if it
down,
looks
I-
like this is great.
what was that?
It should look like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You said when sinking down, isn't it hard though? So you're saying like the whole thing will like sink down if it's not?
No, like it steps down.
Oh.
So meaning,
Yeah, that I like doing it that way. Yeah.
So you're kind of placing that
But
up
when
with
she
your
says she's
finger
doing
in a
like
way.
the
so I am a big stander
would she reach out
when I need to see stuff.
Buckle lobe, she would reach out to the distal.
That looks easy.
Like
Yeah.
pull across.
I mean, it probably won't be. But I'm
No, it actually, if you can visually see that it is.
yeah.
Okay, remember when I said you're pulling up towards the tooth?
Yeah.
That's kind of what you're doing here too.
Looks like carving soap or something.
It is exactly what it is.
Like what?
Carving soap or wax. Okay, so go ahead and cure that. And then I'll just do a little bit more composite.
I know, that's what I was like. It looks.
I did, but I haven't looked at
And don't do this with your instruments. Especially if you've been working on a patient.
Did you twist it back?
No, I didn't even twist it.
Didn't twist
I
it.
just dug it out.
Oh, okay.
So that
So
first
I'm
time
going-
you did it, it wasn't all the way filled.
No.
It was almost.
So you have the concavity.
So I'm trying to make it concavity or yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to walk and chew gum apparently.
But we don't use the cords for this one?
No.
Okay.
Because if you did on the dentiforms, you'd go all the way down to the apex. Because there is no attached. Mhm. And on the first increment, you guys, we cured, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so on the second increment, you're going to cure as well.
Now I'm talking about we were missing music earlier today.
I know.
Okay, so go ahead and cure that. Hold on. You can, don't hesitate also to stand and look around, do all kinds of visuals, because when you do that, then you can actually see the concavity or the convexity of the restoration. If you go straight on it like this, straight down, you're going to actually see the bulbousness of that. So go ahead and cure that, and then I want everyone to look at that.
When you take appointments, do they care?
Moving around.
Oh no, they don't care as long as you're not violating the patient.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
And the dental. Oh, you are curing?
I did. I had to.
I made that at, I made it in the box. I'll go get it.
Sorry.
No, I put it. You can put
So-
your name on it, but I don't want to.
Go ahead and post this. Email me this video, and then I'll post it on your guys' module, and then you guys can go back to it.